What's happening, Roadies? Thank you for swinging by and checking out this short clip with this week's guest, Ms. Carolina Anton. Front of house engineer, monitor engineer, immersive sound genius from Mexico City. It was a pleasure having her on the show. Before we get to that, thank you so much for stopping by, tuning in, and checking out this short video. If this is the first time you are finding us, Roadie Free Radio is your VIP pass to the behind the scenes of the music and film business. We interview everybody from guitar techs, roadies, drum techs, artists, managers, composers, authors, everybody on this show, everyone we can find and we can talk to help bring those people's stories, the behind the scenes folks, to the forefront and really celebrate them, because as I say, no roadies, no rock and roll, man. If it weren't for them, these shows, these movies, these events would not be going on. So this is a chance to celebrate them. I celebrate you for coming by here and for subscribing and for sticking with the show for as long as you have. We are coming up on 6 years of Roadie Free Radio, and I really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to the podcast, you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. I highly suggest you do so. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, please do so. Like this video, leave a comment. Let me know your tour story or your road story or whatever it is that you want to hear about. I would gladly take your suggestion and get those folks on the show. So again, today's guest, this is a short clip with Miss Carolina Anton. She's a sound girl. She is I think she's the founding member of the Mexico City soundgirls.org chapter. It was a pleasure to chat with her. In this short clip, we talk about the pandemic, how it derailed her touring plans for 2020, and how she pivoted to build her own studio, and of course, some of the things and some of the processes she's put in place as she looks forward to tours opening back up and people going back out there. So let me know in the comments what you think about this short clip. If you want to listen to the full interview with Carolina, I highly suggest you do. It was a great chat. I will leave a link in the description below, or you can listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcast. Here we go with Miss Carolina Anton.
Call yourself a roadie?
Let's go to like January, February of 2020. What were you doing and what was on the horizon for you 2020? What were you looking forward to doing? What was booked? What was going to be happening in your world?
Yeah, well, I'm going to cry now.
No. Usually people don't cry on this show until halfway through.
No, yeah, I was really happy because I was on the middle of the tour. I did a very huge festival here in Mexico that calls Vive Latino, and I was with a band there, and it was my last show. One day I just wake up and realize that all my activities, all my profession was stopped, and it was really hard because at the beginning it was like, oh, great, I'm going to be like 3 months in vacation. So it was great because I barely have vacation, but then, start like passing the time, and I just realized that it was not a vacation, that it's for real. And I was really worried because all my life was, touring, doing concerts, and everything that I know stopped. So that's the point that I just, start doing my own home studio and making growth this project, and now I have a studio actually. So a very good studio that it's Atmos Studio. So I just start mixing and working with musicians because that's my life. So I thought that if I did something else, it was really sad for me, and I decided to turn the page and to think different and survive and be happy and do the things that I want and that I like. But yeah, it was really, really hard at the beginning. Yeah, Actually, my last show was on March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was my last show. So, yeah.
Have you gone back yet?
Yes, little by little, because I don't have like too many shows now. It's really, like it's getting. We are getting there, but it's really slow. But yes, I did some streamings like in 2021, and on this year I have like small gigs. Yeah, but yes, finally I can make again live shows.
Yeah. What was it like the first show that you've done being back? What was it like for you?
Whoa, it was very exciting. It was really to remember and to be conscious that maybe it's the last one. So I just enjoy it like very much, because for many years, like 15 years, I have been doing like these shows, live shows. And it kind of you kind of think that, like a routine. And I mean, every time I enjoy mixing a show, but because that tomorrow you are going to do another show and so on and so on. But now that we don't know if tomorrow we're going to do a live show, it was really like emotive and really like if that was my first show, I start like feeling that way.
I have to imagine that that's true, hopefully, for a lot of people who, as you say, you take it for granted. You've been doing it for 15 years. You get so in the grind and so in the weeds of waking up and doing it again and moving on to the next venue and going that, of course, you enjoy those couple of hours or few hours when you're mixing, but you don't approach it the same way as if it were to be your last gig for a while. So I imagine for a lot of people, that rings true. That
yes.
Now you don't know, right? I mean,
yes.
all these states. I don't know what's happening in Mexico, but for us, all these cities and whatnot are starting to lift the mask mandates, and it's the middle of February, and who knows what March is going to look like, and so we could be headed for further heartbreak or not. But it definitely makes you appreciate the position that you get to be in and what you get to do more, I'm sure. What do you think, if you can speak to this at all? Like you said, right, when it first happened, when we first shut down for you, you thought, this is great. I'll get a 3 months vacation. Maybe I can work on something in my apartment or my house, or I can do X, Y, and Z. I can do some of those things that I didn't get to do. And I know people, certainly that I talked to on the show, had a sense of like, I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to take care of myself, and so that when I get back out there, I'm ready to go, and I'll try to instill some things in my routine when I get back to work that will be there. What are some of those things for you personally that you started to think, okay, when I go back to this, I want to try to be or do X? And yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah.
What were those sort of personal things for you?
Yes, it's really interesting, your question, because and important, I think. I start paying attention of what I eat because on the road, it's really difficult to eat properly, and to be healthy and to take care of your body. So yeah, I start cooking. That it's the thing that I don't like to cook. I actually, I don't like it, but I start, paying attention to the things that I ate, and preparing. Yeah. And it's really important because I start, feeling very good in my health, drinking water, making exercise, sleeping like, sleeping at all, because we don't sleep. So more than 5 hours, it's okay for me. Yeah, so I start, having like this routine, making exercise and have my breakfast and 3 meals in the day and sleep very good. So I start, feeling okay. And I thought that maybe if we know what to eat, we can eat very good in the gig. You don't have to you have to pay attention, and you can find a very good balance on your health doing tour. Of course, it's difficult because we work at night. We can't sleep like very good, but I think that we have like a balance. If you exercise and take care of your health, you are going to be able to mix or do better work, to have a best job. So I think that's the main thing that I rediscover during this pandemic.
There you go, guys. Carolina Anton from soundgirls.org in Mexico City, doing it, getting back out there and making sure her career is on the right path after this crazy time. Don't forget, if you head over to the Roadie Free Radio merch store at roadiefreeradio.com, a portion of anything that you buy goes to musiccares.org or to roadiecare.com to help a touring crew member in need out there. Be sure to check out some of these other great videos that I've got right here if you have not done so already. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Stay happy, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.